Hey guys, welcome back to my gaming channel. I am so excited for this video. Today we're doing Rapunzel's house build. I know that we've had Rapunzel for a little while now, but I feel like her house is one of those that like people were excited to get, but then it was like difficult to build because it is so tall that you can't really enjoy it, and it also gets really messy when you put it in between a lot of other items. So, and because it's a thin item and it doesn't need a lot of space, I thought it would be perfect to put it back in Eternity Isle because I had moved her to my meadow in my valley, but I found this little nook in the meadow, in Eternity Isle, and I'll leave it on the screen where exactly this is because I don't remember. Oh, it's in the grasslands. It's in the grasslands, and it's a little nook where there's just a very limited amount of space. After the lagoon, then the grasslands, it's this little spot in between. And I was like, you know what? This would be perfect. I think this really represents Rapunzel as a character, especially like the Tangled version. Her being like in this cute little nook behind, in front of these waterfalls, and just having this really foresty, jungly, fun little nook. And her house just looks perfect here. It's such a fun spot. I do walk through this area when I'm playing a lot, and I just wanted to have a really beautiful little spot that I could see her house in and kind of stand out from the rest of all my other builds because I just feel like her house looks better alone. So I started out with a lot of foliage. I wanted to add a lot of trees and grass, and I will adjust as we go. So I'm starting with a lot of meadow grass as well as the jungle trees, and I am going to just start adding the things that I know for sure I want. So of course we have to have the tangled lantern, the floating lanterns. Some of them will have to be moved eventually, but I knew for sure that I wanted a bunch of those down. So we had to add those immediately, as well as some of the smaller jungle trees. I really wanted to use a lot of the trees again and keep it very natural and keep it very outdoorsy because that is definitely Rapunzel's aesthetic. So I did want to use some of the Rapunzel items, so I went in with the Corona pillars as well as some fencing. I wanted to create kind of like a little yard, front yard kind of vibe, so that it does give the aesthetic that this is someone's house and she kind of has her little nook that kind of keeps her away from everyone while still giving that really free, adventurous foliage and outdoorsy jungly vibe. So I went in with some of the fencing, specifically I think it's the like bamboo fencing, and I added a little bit of that with the Corona pillars on each end to kind of cap it. Now I'm going to go in with more foliage, like some of the, I think these are the Sunlit Plateau, like flowery bushes. And then I also went in with some of the new underbrush from Eternity Isle. And then I went in with the butterfly flowers to kind of surround the tower itself. And then I'm just going to add some snake plants and a lot of greenery and grass and move things around and adjust the butterfly flowers. I also wanted to make sure that I could walk from where the house area is. And so I just wanted to test how much I could walk through, how much space I needed, so that I didn't cut myself off from running in that direction, because I do tend to go back there and you just want to keep it open for all your characters to walk through. So now we're going to do some pathing. I didn't know what kind of shape I wanted to create, so I went in with this really cute little rock path. I thought it looked very natural, very kind of like she could have made this herself, or, you know, it just happened naturally. So I played around until I got a really cool little shape. I wanted like a little windy, twisty road. So again, I just played around until I got a shape that I liked, and then I used the butterfly flowers to cap the pathing and just give it more of an outlined look. Now I'm going to go in with some underbrush. Again, I really wanted to make this feel super outdoorsy, super lush. So I'm going to fill the water around with a lot of those lily pads and some of the swan boats as well. So it feels really magical. Now I'm going to add some of the tangled sunflowers. I'm not sure what this item is called because I'm editing and I'm so far. And then I also wanted to start adding items to the behind the fence area. I wanted this to be very Rapunzel. So we're going to use a lot of her items, like her little crafting table, which is her painting table. And that works so well for me as well, so that whenever I'm in the area, I can run over to her house and I don't have to go inside my own house, and there's a crafting table right there. On the other side, I added her painting easel with a little stool. It looks so cute, so that she has a little painting nook. I also added the really cute bear chair. I think it looks super, super cute. It matches her aesthetic. It just really feels like her vibe. And again, it adds to that outdoorsy feel. And it's a place for the characters to sit so that they interact with the build. I'm also going to add a stack of books next to the painting area and some of the gold flowers, just because, of course, Rapunzel is, known for the sunflower, the gold flower, and so I think the gold little plants just really add again to that aesthetic. I also added the little pail of water next to the easel because it gives the kind of painting vibe. That's where she cleans her paintbrushes. I also added a crate and the orange, I think these are called the magnolia bucket that you can craft. I love, love, love. I ended up adding another one of those later on. I think that the orange flowers here just look so beautiful. I also added some of the oil lamps. I think, again, the oil lamps have that kind of rustic, vintage, Viking aesthetic that is in the movie Tangled. And it just works really well with her outdoorsy, adventurous style. I kind of let myself just explore the items that we have in the game. I didn't have a clear-cut view of what I wanted, but I was super, super happy with how it was turning out. I went into her house to kind of get inspiration and to remind myself what kind of items she has. And then I also decided to hang out with her so that she was with us while we were building and we could get a lot of inspiration just hanging out with her. So after that, I went into Scrooge's shop so I could pick up more items that I thought I needed for the build. And I just grabbed extra stuff that I thought I would need eventually anyway, and just random things. But I wanted to show you where this build actually is in case you're following along or you want to do this yourself. So I'm going to go to the grasslands. I have my little travel fountain, and then when you're at the grasslands, it is the bridge above, and then there's another bridge with a palm tree. This is where we're at. So it's before the lagoon, right after the grasslands. So I bought some stuff and I thought it'd be cute and also appropriate to change my outfit to match Rapunzel. So I put my little Rapunzel dress on and the braided hairstyle to match her. Now I'm going to add some more of her items that I thought would match really nicely. I added the guitar next to the bear. And then I also added the barrel little table. I put it outside of the fence or behind the fence. And then I added another one of the sundrop cloche. And I thought it looked really pretty to just see that kind of elevated. Then on the crate, I just decorated it with some of these little plants. I love these little greenery moments. These are, I don't know what they're called, but they're these little potted plants. And then I also thought that the Cinderella vine lamps would be so perfect in this build. I had totally forgot about them, so I made room for those as well. I had to move around a tree, but eventually I made it work. I was able to fit a tree down, and I love how the vines look here. Next, I thought I could add a little tool set, but it didn't fit. And then I ended up adding some of the little water fountain tiles behind the fence. I just thought it looked so cute to add a water element because you can't really see it. So it just looks really nice to see the little sprout of water from in front of the fence. And then here, I'm just kind of brainstorming to see what other items I could add. I thought the yellow bike would really look nice here and just give that Rapunzel vibe of someone who is adventurous and carefree and likes to, go on adventures. I added some melted candles to the build. I think it just gives a romantic vibe that, again, for me matches her aesthetic since she's all about the gold lanterns, the gold flowers. I think that the little melted candles just add a little extra warmth and coziness to her style. So now I'm going to walk around the build and just see where all the little kinks are, the little areas that I can't walk through that make it difficult. So I'm going to make adjustments so that everything is walkable and comfortable so that later on I'm not stuck. I also made sure that I could use the crafting bench with no problems. I also realized that I had to put in a companion house because we need capybaras walking around this build. Hello, that is her thing. She loves the capybaras. This is like part of her vibe. They made a point of bringing her in with the capybaras. So I was like, okay, we're gonna have to add a companion house, the tropical companion house with a bunch of capybaras. And I just kind of worked until I made it fit the build. And then I'm just making some more adjustments so everything is walkable and everything looks good. So here's how it looks at sunset. It looks so freaking stunning. I like to look at my builds at all different times of day so I can really get an idea of what it's looking like, how it feels. And it's crazy how this little area ended up feeling so much bigger than it actually was from how I built it out. Next, I went to my house to pick up some of the bioluminescent flowers. We definitely have to add some of the pink bioluminescent flowers here. I just think that they match this aesthetic so, so nicely. The pink is just so pretty against the warmth of the dirt here and the grass. It just looks so, so beautiful. I wish that we had some purple ones. If we had purple, it would have been even more perfect. But I think the pink ones look absolutely gorgeous. I didn't want to do the green because I think the green is too neon next to the natural tones that we have going on. But the pink is just the perfect touch and it kind of matches her purpley aesthetic. So now we're just gonna take some pictures with our capybara, see how it looks, make sure we like how everything looks, get Rapunzel in a photo. And that is the build. I'm obsessed with how it came out. So here's how it looks completely at night. And it looks really beautiful. I love how the lanterns are so, so bright. And the tones under the moonlight are just so beautiful. I think it looks really gorgeous at night. And then this is how it looks bright during the day. Again, the orange really pops during the day. The green as well really pops. And I think it looks so beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. Let me know if you're going to try it. Feel free to share this video, comment. Please subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments. Mwah. Happy gaming. Bye.